Welcome to the most based cooking channel in existence. As we start with a big pot. Today we are making an all-American classic with a few twists. My own take on Cincinnati Chili. Some celery goes into a food processor, followed by a couple small yellow onions. How about a Fresno chili? Why not? We're gonna use about half of a green bell pepper here. Just toss those in there. We have a Cubanelle pepper, just cutting them into manageable sized pieces so they all fit in the processor. Gotta have a jalapeno as well. About 6 cloves of garlic. Just smash them up a bit with your knife to give them a bit of a head start. Throw them in there. Add in some olive oil. This will help bring everything together into a nice lovely slime. Yes, I said slime. Tasty slime though. This is going to be the initial base for the chili. I know this is not normal to do it this way, but again, this is my twist, my take, and it's going to be awesome, I promise. Just blend the hell out of the veggies. No pulsing, nothing like that, just pure obliteration of them is what we want. That's quite a lovely green slime if I've ever seen it, and it packs a flavor punch that you won't even see in the chili when it's done. Add that to the pot to start. Now we're gonna cook this down for a bit. Keep your eyes away from that steam. This will burn your eyes because of those hot chilies in there. Clears your sinuses as well. Good stuff. Reduce this for about 10 minutes or so. Once the veggie slime has cooked down and the flavors have intensified, it's time to add a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Yeah, do that thing with the water to get the rest of it out. Stir that up and cook it down some more. You want to cook the tartness out of the tomato paste. After a little bit, I took a can of some San Marzano tomatoes and pureed them up before adding them to the pot. Next, we add some apple cider vinegar, maybe a half cup, I don't know, just don't add too much of it. Worcestershire sauce. You see how much that is. I'ma stir that in there. Hit it with 3 or 4 good pinches of salt. You can always add more salt later on, so don't overdo it in the beginning. Then a whole bunch of fresh cracked black pepper. Please use fresh cracked here, it's worth it. A couple teaspoons of chili powder, or tablespoons, who gives a shit. Little bit of cayenne, not too much. Got some cinnamon going in there. Just a bit of oregano. A dash of ground clove, and I mean just a dash, this is powerful stuff. Also a dash of allspice. 1 bay leaf, some smoked paprika, Kashmiri chili powder. And yeah, some of these are not typical in this dish, just leave them out if you want. I happen to have lots of spices on hand at most times, so I love dishes like this. These here are not optional, however. This is cumin and coriander, fresh ground. I just took some cumin and coriander seeds, toasted them nicely in a pan until the aromas wake up, and then ground them up in a coffee grinder that I only use for spices. Wonderful stuff, and you've seen me do this a lot in the past, but I thought I'd just give a refresher course really quick. Anyways, those go into the pot. A little bit of brown sugar goes nicely here, followed by a couple handfuls of regular white sugar. Stir that all together very well and the aromas will start to hit you, and man, this smells awesome. But we are not done yet because I think it's very important to add some dark chocolate here. This is 72% cacao. Perfect balance for this, I think. You don't have to use dark chocolate though if you don't want to. Just chop that up into thin pieces. And yeah, I know it looks like a lot of chocolate, but you won't taste chocolate in your chili, I promise. It adds body to all the flavors and brings them together to make one flavor. Stir that all in to incorporate. Then add some beef stock. How much stock you add will depend on how much meat is gonna go in. You want all the meat to be submerged, and since I thought I needed a bit more, I added 2 cups more. I have just over 3 pounds of ground beef here, ground sirloin to be specific. Any beef will do. It goes in the pot and you want it completely submerged. Stir that up all gently until the meat is broken up and there are no clumps of meat left. As we wait for the pot to come to a boil, I will show you another twist that I like to do for this. Take some marrow bones that have been previously soaked in water, or not soaked for that matter, who cares, and wrap them in foil on a tray into a 350 oven for about 45 minutes. We will get to those in just a minute here. Anyways, once the pot is at a boil, give it a stir and reduce the heat to low and let simmer for, well, there's no exact time. I have lots of liquid in the pot, so it will take a while to reduce the liquid away. This kind of chili doesn't have a lot of liquid in the end, so basically you reduce it until you can scoop it up with a spoon and nothing really drips off, if that makes any sense. It's been 45 minutes since I put the bones in the oven. Now let's harvest that marrow. Just take a knife or something and scrape it out of the bones. I really wish I had larger bones than these tiny ones. I wanted at least double the amount for this, but oh well. Chop up the marrow a bit before adding it to the pot. This adds super packed flavor in the background of the chili. Stir that all in. Yeah, as this reduces, there's gonna be fats and oils floating on top. Skim it off if you want, but you're not supposed to do that for this chili, and I'm not going to either. It'll be fine in the end. Just stir it in. This is what it looks like when it's done cooking. It's reduced by about 50%, I think. It will thicken up more as it sits for a while also. This goes traditionally on top of spaghetti. Normally, I toss pasta in the sauce, but not here. Just some nice ladles of this amazing chili on top of the spaghetti. And of course, you can't forget diced onions on top of the chili either. And then you must have a mountain of shredded cheddar cheese. Gotta have lots of cheese here. That looks fantastic, and it tastes even better than it looks. I know that there's a ton of ingredients in this, and you might think that there's too much going on in the chili, but the end result is one big, bold flavor that you can't quite put your finger on. When you balance the flavors correctly, you won't taste certain flavors over here and then over there. It all blends to make one flavor of chili. And then the cheese and onions accompany all of that. This really tastes amazing, and I dare any one of you out there to give this a shot. You won't look at spaghetti the same way ever again, I promise. You gotta love these American classics every now and again. Remember, if you want to support the channel, t-shirts are available in the description box. Make sure to tell your friends and family about my channel and share my videos, please. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.